Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Harika. So in this video, we are going to see how we can get the releases from the modern folder and also how we can start the process in a modern folder. So first, how we can do that. Before do that, you have to have a prior knowledge on how we can do the same while doing these actions in the classic folder. So if you don't know how you can do that, please do check out the playlist that I have on my channel. So I will provide you the link for that particular playlist, or else you can just go check it out here on my channel, where you can find a complete playlist for orchestrator API using Postman. So you can just go through these videos in this particular playlist, and you will have enough understanding of what you can do in order to come and start a process using modern folder. So having said that, I am going to start the process now. So I was always telling about the prerequisites in the previous videos. So now in this video I'm going to practically show them how the process will go into pending status, and how you cannot start the process from your orchestrator if you don't follow the prerequisites. So that will also be clearly explained in this video, so that you will know how to fix that. So for this, firstly I'm gonna get the releases. So how can I do that? Just come over here, we have something called releases by name. So just copy this whole URL. This is similar to how we have done in the classic folder, and just copy the URL of your tenant, replace this with that. Okay, so this is a get request, right? Let me go to the document. So it's a get request and we are getting the releases, right? So if after executing this particular request, we have to provide the headers. So let's copy this particular organizational ID, go to Postman, under headers just paste it, and here you have to provide the folder ID. So till now we were referring only to the classic folder, so now we have to get the folder ID from the modern folder. So here is my modern folder. So you can just check here, this is the modern folder that I have. Here is my modern folder, and I'm gonna copy the ID for my modern folder and go to this particular request and paste it over here. After that, the most important thing is authorization. We are doing the barrier token. As I'm using the same collection, it just gets copied. So once after I execute this, the resultant output should be of this format. I should get all the processes that I have in my modern folder, right? So before to that, let's go and check in the orchestrator what is the process that I have in my modern folder. So this is the process that I have created, API testing process. This is also the same process that I have deployed into this folder, which we have seen earlier. This is the one which is testing the orchestrator API. Okay, so once after I deployed, I just took the process. So in the previous video, while we are doing this in the classic folder, I have explained everything step by step, to create the process, to deploy the process, and then to take the process into the orchestrator, and then only you can come to this step, right? So that's why I'm telling basics are very important. Please watch that videos so you'll get understanding on this. Excuse me. So after that, we are using the unit ID, and there's no body for this particular request, so I'm clicking on send. So it should provide me all the processes that are there in the modern folder. So the request status code says 200, that means the request is successful. And I got the key, I got the process. This is the package name which I have mentioned earlier. This is a package version, and here is the name of my process, API testing process. Okay, so this is my process name, and these are some other information related to the process. And what is the other important thing that I need is the ID. Okay, so these are the things that I have got after executing this particular process. So I'm going to save this particular release key which I have saved earlier also while doing the things in the classic folder. So now we have got exactly the same response, and once after that is done, let's go to start process. Okay, so now we are going to start the process, which is a post request. So go to postman, and I'm going to start the process. So for that, I'm taking a new request, and here I'm gonna take post and copy that URL. Okay, this is my release key. I'm gonna copy it in my notepad. Release key for modern folder, right? So, and take this URL. Okay, from here I'm gonna go to this is the post request, and as usual we are going to copy this tenant URL. So this is perfect. After that, what is the other thing that we have to provide? So we should provide the release key, so that okay, so before to which let me just show you this thing. So the content type, it's fine, we don't have to provide it. The tenant name is already there in the URL that we are using for the request, and I'm now going to provide this particular value in the header. Okay, so just copy this and go to headers and then paste it over here. And what is the ID for that folder that we are using? We are going to modern folder and then copy this folder, just paste it. Okay, uh, okay, so this is perfect. After that, what is the thing that they are asking us to do? To give the body. So for that, I'm going to copy everything right from here. So just copy this and go to your postman and go to the body, and in the body select raw, and it's of type JSON, and just paste it over here. Just take off this single quote. Okay, so here we should provide the release key that we have got from the process. Okay, I mean this particular request releases. Okay, so that I've already copied here. Let me paste this into my release key. After that, we have strategy, which is modern jobs count. So if you remember, the strategy for the classic folder is specific, right? So here the strategy is modern jobs count, and jobs count is 1. So I'm not providing any input argument, so this will be remaining as it is. So that's it. And after that, if you see, we have provided everything, how often the job will be executed, and all the details about the parameters that we are using is provided over here. So what's the next thing? Authorization. We have to provide in the authorization. Select the barrier token, right? And we have provided the headers and then the body. That's it, right? So now we are good to go and start the process. So once after we click on the send, what it has to do, what it exactly done in the classic folder, it has created, it has given the the status code as 201 with the status as created, right? This also should do the same. So let's click on send and see. So if you see, it is perfect. That means whatever the parameters that we have provided is perfect, and this should run the process. What is the process name? API testing process. This should be triggered in the orchestrator and should be running there. So let's go to the orchestrator, jobs. So if you see, it's gone into the pending status. Why it has gone into the pending status? So this is the point where I was referring to. You should always try to follow the prerequisites. If the prerequisites are not accomplished, then definitely we would end up not able to running the process, even if we have given all the API information details correct. So I have I will let you know how you can resolve this particular issue. So first of all, let me stop this or kill this. So first of all, what you have to make sure is, if your job is going into pending status, let's go to processes and see if you could start a job manually from the orchestrator. So just go here and select the account. And what is a machine? What is a machine associated with your modern folder? Testing. Mine is testing, and I'm gonna select a host. So there is no host. Fine. And then I'm gonna start. Okay, so if you see, it has gone into pending status even if I'm doing it through the normal manual way, right? So that means there is something wrong with this particular licensing, correct? So even though if what is the first thing, it's an unattended, that means it supports, but still it is not able to perform, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect this, because we don't have enough connections that we have made established. So just connect it to that particular machine that we are using. So now if you see, it has gone into running status and it has executed successfully, right? So that means whatever the machine that you are using, it should have enough licenses, and it should be connected, right? It should be connected, only then you could able to run the process. So first make sure that that prerequisites are accomplished. So now I'm going to start the process from the API call, and then we will see how this will be executed. So let's click on send. If you go here, it is going into pending and it has run successfully, right? So this is perfect. It has just executed the job a few seconds ago. Okay, so this is how you can actually start the process from a modern folder via API calls using the Postman. Okay, so I hope this video is clear, and by end of this video I have tried to cover most commonly encountered issues and how you can resolve them as well. So we have seen classic folder and how to get all this information and how to start the process, and the same with respect to the modern folder, and how we can start the process via Postman. So I'm gonna show you how we can use the queue items, create the queue items, and get the items and everything, and assets as well. So we are going to talk everything in detail about all other important API calls that we can perform on the orchestrator via Postman. And besides to that, I am having a lot of playlists on my channel where you can gain a lot of knowledge on those concepts. So do watch them. I will provide my channel's link, and you can definitely learn a lot from those videos. If you find this video useful, please do give a thumbs up to my video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So I'll be uploading the videos on regular basis, so you will get the notifications as soon as I upload them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.